Hey there, my brothers and my sisters. I'm glad and honored to be talking to you so that we can all kind of get to know each other. And thank you very, very much for the great intro from my friend Regev. So how did I get here? My name is Josh Polsky. How did I get here on this long, strange deadhead trip? I had good deadhead friends in all of my different social circles. All of them Jewish, right? Because we're just kind of a disproportionately large ratio or percentage of the deadhead community. My first exposure to the boys was at summer camp, and that's where I kind of got annoyed with deadheads because my friends were annoying about it. I guess kind of the way that we're annoying about it right now with people that don't like the dead, but you know. And then we came on our Israel trip, and there was tennis courts out at the place where we were staying, and they used to go outside and chill tunes, as they used to say, and sit underneath the stars on the tennis courts and listen to the dead. And so that's when I first started listening to the dead. Didn't really get into it, but started listening. And then in Hebrew school, back in St. Louis, City of Blues, where I'm from, in Hebrew school, my buddy Stuart gave me a tape that said Winterland 74. But it wasn't Winterland 74. I didn't know that then, but now I know because there was a Scarlet Fire on there. And as we all know, there was no Scarlet Fire in 1974. Just Scarlet, right? Anyway, that Scarlet Fire, which I think was probably from, you know, one of those May shows in '77, was outstanding, and I just started listening to it constantly. And then a buddy of mine in high school, my friend Jake Greenberg, got me further into the dead. And I remember sitting in his basement right when Dick's Picks 3 came out, and we sat there and listened to that Dancin', which, if you know that Dick's Picks from Pembroke Pines '77, that Dancin' in the Streets was outstanding. And just listened to that over and over again. And it was with Jake and some other friends. We went and we saw the Dead in '94 at Riverport Amphitheater. Me, Jake, Josh Baker, Clay Caldwell, Mark Cho. I didn't even know all the songs. I remember asking the guys, what song was this? What song was this? One song that I did know was Here Comes Sunshine. And they opened with it, and it actually was raining at the beginning of the show. Not too hard, but it started raining, started to get a little bit muddy. And they opened with Here Comes Sunshine, and the rain stopped, and there was a beautiful rainbow behind the stage. And I was sober, so I know that there was nothing going on in my brain making me think that there was a rainbow when there actually wasn't. And I actually talked to other people that were at that show, and you know, they confirmed with me that it wasn't just me. You know, after that, you know, I used to go see dead cover bands all the time. In St. Louis, there were shows every week, once, twice, 3 times a week. One of my favorite cover bands, Jake's Leg, who took their name from that image of the leg coming through the clouds, I think on Europe 72. So I used to go see Jake's Leg a lot at a place called Cicero's. I saw Dark Star Orchestra a lot. I saw all the further festivals. I saw the other ones at Alpine Valley, and then after that, when they called themselves just the Dead, I saw them at Alpine. I just saw Dead and Company in Wrigley Field last year. And actually, when I saw a further festival, I was with my rabbi. He was a big Deadhead, and I remember walking down Shakedown and seeing all the glass bongs and pipes and stuff. There's my rabbi right next to me, and it was just weird, you know, kind of like weird when you turn on a movie with nudity in it when you're a little kid and your parents are there. It was just that kind of weird feeling, like, I don't know, I'm not really sure what to do here, but he was fine with it, so I became fine with it. When I got to Israel, I got into the community because I was at Indigo Festival, a trance festival of all places, and they had this live area where there was supposed to be live music. And I remember walking past it one day in the afternoon, really, really hot, sweaty afternoon, and I heard Dead playing, right? And there were tents all set up in the live music area too, and I heard the Dead, and I'm like, what is happening here? How is this possible? In the middle of a Missy Bot trance there's live Dead playing, and I went and I asked a whole bunch of different people, and finally I said, I asked, you know, whose music is this? And someone pointed over there. And I went over there, and there's the Remlers sitting outside their tent. Cher, probably a little baby girl at that point. And I just sat down. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I would imagine I probably just sat down and started talking to Dead, and, you know, the rest, as they say, is history. And the Dead just, you know, what does the Dead mean to me? What does the Dead mean to everybody? The Dead, I can't imagine a life without the Dead, especially in these crazy times right now. I listen to the Dead all day, every day. Every now and then I might take a break, listen to a little bit of hip hop, but it always goes right back to the Dead and to Jerry Band, listening to things that I've never listened to before, or listening to things that I listened to 15 times the day before. Thank God for the Dead. You know, they have those songs that are so dead, that are just so like, I don't know about you guys, but songs like Shakedown Street and China Rider, Mr. Charlie, there's just, I mean, all the songs of the Dead, but when you think of the Dead, there's some of those that just like really stand out. Cryptical, other one, Cryptical. No other band can make that up, right? They've got their covers, obviously, Big River and all the Dylan songs and everything like that, but there's things that are distinctly Dead, born cross-eyed. You know, who thinks of that stuff? Only these guys. I have some really favorite moments, you know, the shows and the going and seeing cover bands, and maybe it's just because it's more recent memory, but the gatherings, you know, there's something to be said about going to a show and being surrounded by a bunch of Deadheads, but you've got, you know, 3, 4, 5 hours of the awesomeness from start to finish of hanging out on Shakedown and eating a fatty veggie burrito, or, you know, whatever, and then the show's over and then everybody goes home. But the gathering, 24 hours under the stars, you know, we're missing it right now, but it'll happen. It'll happen. We'll get back to our gathering, everything, when the whole situation clears away. And another one of my favorite moments was DJing for you guys, you know, serving the community. And I listened to so many versions of every song that I put on my track list just to make sure that I played the best versions that I could, and see all you people dancing like no one is watching. And it really just made me feel amazing to spin that set at the winter party and serve you guys. So thanks for that opportunity. So I appreciate being able to talk to you guys right now. And, you know, up next, actually, Barak Haimovich with his silky smooth radio voice and his amazing DJ skills. So thanks a lot for you guys that are here listening right now or watching. Love you, and see you soon at the next gathering.